Why, hello there, fellow Doe Valley residents. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Rescue, Episode 24, Into the Woods. Alright, those zombies obviously got through the fence. That's some of the swarm that was chasing me. I think some of them probably see me. So there is a two-story just over yonder, that way, that I can sleep in if I'm worried about getting swarmed at night. I'd be a lot more comfortable in a two-story than a one-story. No possibility of at least waking up surrounded. But it's also good to know that, like, drive-by radio setups are probably not unviable. So, as I approach the other setups, I think the Doe Valley one's going to be easy to do, because it's not a high-traffic zone. And Riverside, it depends on where exactly the zones are, but Riverside could be crawling. Those first few crits made up for that, like, run of bad swings. Oops. Character almost ran the wrong way. I do see that the crowbar is quite fatigued, but it's going to get through this group. Oh, crowbar delivery. Although my lungs and my tiredness just bottomed out my damage. But the fight is over. Almost a fresh crowbar. Swanky. Here, you can have my old one. I'll take the new one. And let's post up in this two-story. Just for safety. So I'm gonna make a few sheet ropes. 2, actually. And sleep here and then fight my way back to the truck. Which is running, which is not great. But I do have enough fuel in the trunk that it should be okay. I just don't think there's a situation where I'm gonna be able to, like, turn the truck off. Well, before I go in there, let's not be encumbered. You know, forget these sheet rips. I already have sheet rips on me. I am playing on Apocalypse difficulty, which never comes with multi-hit. Yeah, exactly. That's one of the reasons why I really love crowbars, is they have so much HP, by the time you break one, you'll find one, if not more. It's one of the beautiful things about the durability of crowbars, because it's got, like, 3 times the durability of, like, any other weapon. Oh, I hit the FPS button. What is that again? OP? I don't know. Whatever. I don't care. I do hear a zombie in here. Let's check for the car magazine. No, and no. Alright, so the zombie's upstairs. You in here? No. In here? No, but closer. Adding one of the sheet ropes here. So, by process of elimination... Surprise! Adding a sheet rope there. Donk. I want to remove this curtain. And now we have a safe house. FPS toggle is K, thank you. Just turned it off. I always hit it. Fat fingering it. Never remember what it is. Okay, so I am safe here. I'm going to mark this down as a potential safe house. In case I ever need it in the future. Safe house symbol. I'll do a tent, because it's not a permanent. Second story safe. Future me will appreciate that note, maybe. Alright, it's 9 p.m. Let's do a little light reading. I can hear zombies like breaking into adjacent buildings, but that doesn't concern me. Is there any way to... No, still don't have enough carry weight in my backpack for that. 11:30, that's probably good bedtime. Get an early start tomorrow. And I'm sleeping in a real bed, not in a truck's... Well, actually, trucks have really comfortable chairs, or at least, like, commercial trucks versus cars. I don't know, because, you know, long-haul trucking values that. Alright, current priority now is flight back towards the truck. Or towards the cop SUV. And antenna. Today I will be fueled by tuna. Nothing like tuna. It's 7 in the morning. For that delicious breath. Very top tier halitosis. I like how also I kind of have like a signal strength radar map for where I parked, because I set up the antenna like within the zone, so I just follow the zone's markings back. Makes that a little easy. I didn't top up my water bottle. I probably should have. Okay, stretch. And fight. Did I already take my beta blockers? I'll see if I get panicked or not. Yep, getting panicked. I guess I didn't take them. Pizza World server apron. Alright, two-tier panic. Let's take the blockers. There's only like 10 of them, but still. When you're horde clearing, Having maximum damage matters a lot. Because even like 1 or 2 tiers of panic, your damage drops so drastically that you will fatigue yourself just trying to cut through the crowd. And fatigue is really what gets you. Because you can fix being tired with like coffee or vitamins. You can't fix fatigue without rest. But when you're being swarmed, there is no rest. Oh, speaking of fatigue, here's vitamins. All right, so once that one is dead, I can take a quick breather. Fine. No rest for the wicked. So the way back... Yeah, I'll just go the way I came in. That way I drag as few through the zone as possible, I think. Weight's 82 and holding. One thing I wish that you could see is, like, how much you caught your breath. Because once you get rid of the fatigued moodlet, you can't see, like, how close you are to re-getting it. Because it's a spectrum. It's a scale of, like, fully rested, fully unfatigued at 100% down to 0, where you're just like max fatigue. But I have no idea like when I'm regaining or when I'm just sitting here for no reason. But like a human being would know in real life, because you would just be like, oh, you know, I don't feel so tired, but like I'm clearly a little winded, you know, or something like that. There are mods that add more detailed moodlet bars, like status bars. But I kind of wish there was, without mods, a way to see it more accurately in-game, because you would know yourself, like, how much lactic burn you were experiencing. Alright, so I came in this way. Just kind of let them see me. Yeah, if I use a chair, I get a bar. It's not always a viable thing to do, is to, like, go get a chair every time I want to rest. But you're right. New Project Zomboid meta, carrying around a plastic lawn chair so that you can rest more accurately. Man, imagine getting hit for 167 and still not being dead. How much life did you have left in you? 1.3? You couldn't just give me 1 extra point and round up? I'll take a full lighter. And a full matchbook, huh? What's funny is, like, technically I'm regaining stamina by sitting down, but I feel like in real life, the amount of effort it would take to, like, sit down with a heavy backpack and then stand back up as the horde, like, approaches, you would definitely be in the negative territory. I hate, like, going on long hikes with, like, a heavy pack, sitting, because as soon as you stand back up, you're like, oh yeah, right, this sucks again. Easier just to stay on the move, I think. Or just to lean. You wanted me to use a chair. Here. Using a chair. Excuse you. They don't want me to rest, clearly. And I will hydrate in just a second. Am I clear? I don't see anything coming in after me. Now I've got a bar. I think, what, I'm like 1 block over? Yep. Although the majority of the zombies actually might be huddled around the car. So even though I'm close, I might be celebrating a little too early. Yes, the chair meta. Ew. You know what? Maybe I'll go around them. I don't really want to kill like 20 zombies at the end of the road. I'm gonna punch a hole in this fence and hope that there's not so nasties on the other side. I never, if I can help it, I never blind climb. Because you have no idea what you're climbing into. And you could just be climbing into a swarm and immediately die. You only do that in a panic when you have, like, no alternative. But punching a happy little hole, that isn't too risky. Alright, I did peel a few zombies off. I'll let them come to me. One skill I wish I had more of is sound manipulation. Where, like, I could fire shots and then draw things away from a tight spot. I'm just not very good at it, which is why I don't do it. But it's certainly not to say that it isn't a viable strat. So I marked down that I thought I was up this way. I see broken fences. No, I'm not where my marker was. Okay, well, I'll have to probe a bit. Where I see what the extraction tractor says. And it says I'm in the right zone. Oh, it's right there, okay. I'm here. So let's clear this group out. They're in my way. Oh yeah, that was smooth. Buttery, buttery smooth. Hi, SUV. Oh, yeah, they come. Why'd I sit down? Let's take the beta blockers at a time. I'm gonna need to hit up a pharmacy. So it's good to know the, like, ding-dong ditch strategy of setting up these radio towers is, like, really not viable. And I won't be doing that in the future. Slapping them, unless I think I have enough, like, wiggle room to be able to do it. Slopping them down and just running away. Manage antenna, okay. Repeat or active. Actually, that's really not hard. I would have been able to do that on the fly. Gas tank still nearly full. So, nice. Repeater active. So let's mark down exactly where the repeater is in case it ever goes down. Although I don't think it should. This should be blue, following my color schema. Let's try for Doe, whatever it's called, next. Doe Valley, it's closer. Head to Doe Valley Warehouse. Yeah, now I know. Or I knew and then forgot, which is embarrassing. Because I really do, as a streamer, try to do my homework. So Doe Valley, we thought was like up this way. So I think going south out of Muldra, and then going to the main intersection, which is just south of Muldra, and then taking right on the highway is the way to go. Oh, there was another thing. I have another radio antenna on me, so that if I want to quick set up and run, I'm able. Because I think it's very viable now that I know what I'm doing. And yes, Rays, you deserve a cigarette for that. If I could find my cigarettes. Eep. He got speared. All the way through him. So we're out of Muldra. Should be a little bit smoother sailing here. With any luck. Managing the old inventory. Have myself a road snack. Canned corned beef, throw it on the ground, and keep rolling. Just as nature intended. So I'm going to leave this tracker up because it gives me a direction. Because I'm not intimately familiar with where Doe Valley is. But I believe it's up this way. Okay. Please be cleared roads. That's all I ask. Have the trip be easier. Ooh, what's that? Oh, thought it was a... Oh, whoops. Thought it was a tool. Not that I need one. Just always curious if these roadside construction things ever have, like, sledgehammers, because every now and then they do. 3 kilometers away. I'm really impressed with the fact that I left this car running overnight and it used like a quarter or eighth of a tank of gas, maybe something like that. Barely any gas at all, just idle. Although I've never left my car idling that long. Maybe that's realistic. I don't even know. For modern cars, it'd be slightly more realistic because a lot of those modern cars have like the engine shut-off switches for that like whole hybrid electric car that like turns itself off at intersections and stuff. But at that point, you might be killing your battery. You tend to flip your vehicles on long road trips like this. Don't drive as fast. It's very easy not to flip if you're just going slow. And then also avoid narrow bridges. Speaking from experience, some of my audience knows what I'm talking about. All right, so this is what, Rosewood? Yeah. So we're pulling up towards Doe Valley-ish. And you guys said the interactive map has Doe Valley marked down? Oh, yeah, so it does. So it's, oh yeah, I'm actually kind of driving straight towards it. So I hope it's easy to just like blow by and set this thing up and keep driving. Two kilometers. Oops. Well, there's a lot of sayings, right? Like haste makes waste, or slow is smooth and smooth is fast. And there's a lot of truth to that. Often when you play, like, speaking of for Zomboid specifically, if you played Zomboid hardly, you'll forget things and have to double back, or you'll do extra damage, or don't clear your corners and get grabbed, nibbled, bit, scratched, lacerated. Right? There's a lot of... If you want to survive in the long run, there's a lot of advantages to just take it real careful. Just my 2 cents. I'm getting like a lot of screen tearing, but I don't see it happening on stream. On like the recording. Oh, that helped. Speak your truth, Yoda. It's okay, bud. I need both hands to drive well, but I'll give you a few pets. Every now and then what happens is my wife will let... Echo's water bowl is near me because I have a 1-year-old and I don't want the 1-year-old A, playing in the water bowl, B, drinking out of the water bowl, or C, flipping the water bowl and getting water everywhere. So my wife will let Echo, the dog that never shows up on camera, into where the water bowl is to drink, but then not fetch her. And then Echo like paces at the door frantically, pissing off the other dogs, making them anxious too. So that's why Yoda was just like crying, and because Echo was pacing. Because he was agitated. Okay, I need to go north, because I am currently driving further away from it. So shoot, is it the 3 warehouses? It must be, right? So I think if I take my next right, yeah, it's got to be the 3 warehouses. Yoda, for the love of God, cut it out. I can take the next right to get up to the 3 warehouses. The right's not for a while, but that way I don't have to turn back. Yeah. All right, now actually the right is coming up. So that'll work. It's just a kind of a sketchy dirt road. We gotta do what we gotta do. Fortunately, now that I'm outside of city limits, the zombies shouldn't be too clustered. In default apocalypse settings, I believe the zombies are urban. Oh, come on! Seriously! I haven't posted the poll results for next month. I will be doing that soon. So there was an ambulance driver or someone in a... Oh, yeah, there they are. Someone in a gurney. I'll be posting the poll results once the stream is done, because the polls were open until earlier today. I can either tow these away or like hotwire them and drive them away, although they look like they're in terrible condition, so I might have to tow them out of the way. But I'm already getting tired. Smells like a trap? I know, right? Let's get rid of this tracker info. Alright, I'll try to tow them. I could also... I do have a fire axe. That actually might be the easiest solution. Yeah, I just thought of that. I did bring a fire axe for the... Again, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. I did bring a fire axe for the possibility that I would need to, like, truly bushwhack. And it seems like I do. So let's go get that fire axe. That should be enough. Let's see if this ambulance has beta blockers. Not there. Nope. No beta blockers. A lot of sleeping pills, which is weird. If I know anything about EMTs and EMS, is that they need pick-me-ups, not put-me-to-sleeps. Well, maybe after a long shift I'll need put-me-to-sleeps. The other question I have is there any place to sleep up ahead? Not really. I might be sleeping in the vehicle tonight. So I might want to pick like a slightly more open spot up ahead, like if the trees have a little bit of a clearing, and just like sleep in the driver's seat. There's not a lot of clearings here, but there's also like no zombies. I wonder how close I am on this. Less than a kilometer on the extraction tracker. Yeah, given the time of day and the fact that I'm sleepy, I think it's nah. That's what's best. All right, here we go. It's starting to clear out. I have better visibility now. Seems as good a place as any, I think. Get to open my cooking book and my canned beef can. Dinner of Champions. Baby Yoda's doing pretty good. A little agitated, as you've heard, I'm sure, but pretty good. I'm going to put the cookbook actually in the glove box, because I don't really need to carry it with me anymore. Oh, hi. You just come to say hi? Any more? I'm like somewhat tempted to just yell to draw them out, but I'm also really tired, so I think I'd rather not. I'm gonna get the water dispenser. Top up my water. And then grab the radio and go to sleep with it. Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna go to sleep with the radio. In case I need to fight first thing in the morning, I'd rather not be encumbered. But as soon as I wake up and the coast is clear, I'll grab the radio repeater so that I have it in my inventory ready to go. I just don't want the possibility of, like, not being able to fight immediately without being encumbered. Tin can. Little cigarette. Wow, I am ridiculously tired. It was a tiring day. Definitely a tiring day. Okay. I'm not going to leave it running. I don't think. I don't want to go to sleep just yet, though. It's like too early. I don't want to wake up at like 3 in the morning tomorrow and have nothing to do. Okay. Fast forwarding time. Please, zombies, leave me alone. So it's not entirely unsafe to sleep in the middle of nowhere in a seat that at least has a window attached, because if zombies come up and tap on the window, it's going to wake me before they break through. Oh, that's exactly what I needed. Thick fog. Yes. I was wondering, you know, what weather would be perfect to mess with me. And if anyone's bingo card said thick fog on it, you were right. Now let's roll into the warehouses and then to Riverside. Chad always votes for fog. I know, right? What the fuck? What the fuck? So this road will very soon fork and I'll take the left, and that will bring me all the way to the warehouses. Drive nice and slow. I thought I turned that off. Thank you for tuning in to Project Zomboid Rescue, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 28th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of something else. Farewell, my fellow zombie slayers.